With this, we have the last session for this segment. That is from Ms. Katyani Krishna. She's the Area HR Head South Asia at Maersk. She will be sharing her insights on effectiveness with mindfulness and organizational roadmap. Katyani, over to you.
Thank you, Vrinda. Can you all see my screen? I'm trying to share it.
Yes, we can view your screen.
Okay, wonderful. So, thank you, Sumit and Janet. You've set the context so well that I realized I don't have to speak about mindfulness here, since you've kind of made the case for mindfulness and performance so well here. So, what I'm going to share with you all is our journey at Maersk, and it has been a recent journey. Maybe it'll inspire you in if you're embarking on a journey now, or if you're on one already, to kind of pick up something from our experience. Actually, I come from a very traditional industry of logistics and supply chain. And in our industry, unlike many others, mindfulness is not very popular, so to say. So mindfulness in our organization actually was born over coffee. So what happened was that I was having, a coffee with one of the leaders, and we were just discussing various things that's happening in our lives, and we realized that he had a lot of challenges in terms of the transformation that Maersk has embarked on. So we were on this journey, and we've been on this journey for the past few years. We are trying to transform a very traditional industry, and it has its own aspects. For example, the creativity, innovation, things that you've heard in the previous sessions are very critical to us right now, and also this whole pressure of performing while transforming. So I said, why don't you try mindfulness? I'm doing this online course, and and I was just giving an example that I just couldn't hold a plank for more than like 45 seconds, and now I'm holding it for 3 minutes, and that's how the focus is helping me. And maybe we can use it to unleash the potential of our people as well. And he liked the idea. And after a couple of discussions, he said, why don't you do a session for me and my team? We are going for this offsite. And I said, but I'm just a practitioner, I'm not an expert, but I can bring some practices if you want. And we did that session, and it was loved by the team, and we got more and more requests like that. And then we got the real experts, so we engaged with some of the real experts, and we did a session for the region, and the region here for us is West Central Asia. So we did for that leadership team in HR, as well as the regional team, and they liked it as well. And then they are like, now what? So you give them an appetizer, and they're like, where is the meal? So we are like, okay, so why don't we take it to our day-to-day life, and see how we can bring it to more and more teams. So we have these in most organizations you would have a review mechanism, where you get together. So in Maersk, we have it on Monday mornings. The first thing, we start the week with a Monday morning meeting. It's a part of our operating system. And it could be very stressful, right? Especially if it is happening on a Monday. So we said we'll start with a 5-minute quick exercise. And we started doing that. And we started seeing the impact on our decision making as a leadership team. And we are like, wow, if this is what is happening to us, what more it can fetch us. So appetite started building up, right? And then we said, it was just a couple of us starting with these sessions in the beginning, and then we said, enough of us, then let's do it with everyone. So the leaders started taking responsibility on rotation, and then to help them, we kind of compiled a lot of these practices. And then as they got confident, they said, okay, let me take it to the larger teams. So that's where the mindful Mondays were born. So we had, we have these operating system where all the teams have their meetings all through the day, and we have this mindful. That's where we use mindfulness, and we call it Mindful Mondays. And then a lot of people, in the previous session, it was mentioned that it's experiential. Sumit spoke about sati, right? And how mindfulness can only be brought about through an experience. So people who experienced it, they loved it, they became the internal mindfulness practitioners and also the trainers. So they took it to more people. Of course, we came up with a more comprehensive training module. And in this whole thing, we realized that while some people were liking it and taking it to the next level, so everybody is on a different pace at this journey. While you see a journey here, it's different for each individual, right? Because it's experiential, and that's the most important part. So the other thing that happened was that we realized there were skeptics, and there were a lot of skeptics. And especially in our industry, where people think more intellectually than on the other side, on the spiritual side, or things like that. So they're like, okay, this is some another HR initiative or a spiritual initiative, and doesn't work for me. So we brought out the whole brain part of it, and Janet spoke about how it impacts your brain, and over a period of time, how it will help you in your overall performance, because it's reducing stress, it is increasing your focus and things like that, right? And also working with your inner critique. So a lot of those things we discussed over a period of time, and then we had more and more people who experienced it, liked it, and some would also say, this is not for me, I cannot close my eyes, I can't do any of the exercises. So that's how some of the challenges that we faced, we came around. And then it started assimilating more and more in the culture, and then the pandemic happened. So this what I'm talking about is only 2018, 2019. And then when the pandemic happened, of course there was a lot of focus on mental well-being, and we said, how can we support it apart from the employee assistance programs that we have, who were going a big bang on various initiatives on mindfulness? How can we support the team? And then we came up with this idea of silent hours. So 1 to 2 in our organization, we don't do any work. It is just to what you call rejuvenate yourself. So even if it is a hybrid, or earlier when we were working from home for most of the region. So that's another thing that we did. Then actually, Sumit said quit social media. I don't know how easy it will be, Sumit, but of course we all know that the most critical aspect of distraction comes from digital, and you can't escape digital in a hybrid work model that we are going through, right? So we have introduced this digital detox leave that we promote every quarter, that you should take some time off the digital media, at least not for work, and kind of rejuvenate yourself. And if this was not all, then we had another milestone of the transformation, where integration was happening, and various business units were coming together. So it causes a lot of uncertainty and ambiguity in people's lives, right? So we incorporated in the change management module, and this is also when Musk took it to a full global level. So now, of course, across the world, in the 151 countries that we operate, we've taken this whole mindfulness, especially for transformation. And like I said, each individual, each country, each region is at a different pace, because we don't want to force it on anyone. But what we are trying to do now is come up, like these are their mindfulness groups who are coming up with these mini challenges, who are leveraging the apps and various self-paced practice modules, and making it more of a way of life. Whether it's a tough customer meeting that you're going to have, it is a stressful session that you're going to have, which you perceive as stressful, right? I was just we were in a going for a board meeting, and I told one of the members that I feel very unprepared. I've prepared everything, but I feel unprepared. And he said, Kathy, I know you only need 21 minutes before the session, and that's really what I do. So it does give you that that confidence to kind of take it to the next level. And what I would like to leave you all with is that what is important in this journey is to keep moving. So you may have a small step, or you may have a giant leap, but what's very important is that you keep progressing and then you will see that it automatically becomes a part of your life. And someone said it is about habit, and it takes in our experience it has taken us 21 days practice for each one, and that's what we bring into the team as well through these mindfulness groups to make it a habit. So that's all I have for you. Thank you for this opportunity. And in case you have any questions or you'd like to learn from our experience, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.